Okay, now I'm one. I forgot to hit the red button. Again, well, sorry about that. Everybody's waiting and I'm not hitting the red button. How silly of me. Anyway, welcome to All Time Radio with the Intern. It's Saturday night. I'll do a little, modification of the file in due time, the show that I put up there. And we'll be on for about an hour. And then, obviously, give way to the News Guys show, which starts at 10 o'clock, but his chat room, at least the chat room in TalkShoe opens up around 9:45. I'm not sure he'll be on. Usually he is, so I'm going to give way to him anyway. And, the time that he doesn't show up, I can always start a second transmission. Right? So, hey, when I'm here, you're there. Maybe. I did advertise of sorts. And I'm going to start out with, these are both SOG files I was able to find. And I'm going to start out with the 2nd of June, 1944. Right, coming towards the end of World War II. And, make sure I got the right file here. Yeah, okay. 2550. If I could see that, I'll be alright. Okay. Anyway, still in the midst of World War II, even though the war was closing towards the end at that point. It ended in 1945. First in Europe, and then, obviously, the very end of it in Japan. And this is dealing with Europe. And, let's see, let me check something here. I want to see something before I stick my foot in my mouth episode. Okay. Well, anyway, like I said, 2nd of June, 1944, Nazi spy. And that looked kind of interesting, so hey, let's see what Amos and Andy has to do in regards to the Nazi spy. Here we go. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Wait a minute, what is, okay, here we go. Here we go now.
Andy, come on, let's go.
Wait a minute, Amos, what's going on here?
It's the Amos and Andy Show. Yes, welcome to the Amos and Andy Show with their guest tonight, the Motion Picture Academy Award winner, Mr. Paul Lucas. And now, to our stars and their show. Here are Amos and Andy and their guest for tonight, Mr. Paul Lucas. Last night, the monthly meeting of the Women's Auxiliary was held at the Lodge Hall. The married men took advantage of the evening off and went to the neighborhood movie theater, where they saw 4 full-length features and selected shorts. Andy went with the boys, and at the moment they're all in the office discussing the show.
Well, considering everything, it was a pretty good show last night for 20 cents.
Yeah, when you get 4 feature pictures for that money, that's a bargain. Yeah, they was all good, too.
Yeah, but I can't figure out these moving picture companies, though. Now, take that one picture there. They started it off in Technicolor and ended it up regular.
Oh, what you talking about, Andy? You fell asleep there for an hour and a half, and you see the beginning of one picture and the end of another one.
Oh, that was it, huh? I thought that story was a little jumpy. I couldn't figure out why this Russian soldier bails out of an airplane with a parachute and later on, he turns out to be Andy Hardy.
I remember, Miss Andy, when you used to sleep all day in the picture show.
Quiet, Lightning, quiet. You know, there was another picture they had there that I didn't understand. That spy story. And I was awake during the whole thing, too.
Oh, didn't understand it, huh?
No.
You know, Andy, whether you was awake or asleep, the results seemed to be the same.
Yeah, well, what was it that bothered you about the spy story, Andy?
Well, in the first place, it just wasn't natural to have an enemy spy living right here in New York.
Oh, look, Andy, that could happen. I read in the paper only the other day that they caught an enemy spy over in Brooklyn. His next-door neighbor got suspicious of him, reported it to the FBI. They investigated the thing, and they found out the man really was a spy, and they arrested him. The fella that reported him got a big reward for it, too.
Reward in money, huh?
Talking about spies, you know, I took that job down at the hotel, and I was just thinking, there's a fella living down there that could be a spy. I know he ain't using his right name, at least he don't answer to it.
Well, that don't mean nothing, Lightning. I used to call on a gal, and her papa was a truck driver. I told him my name was Frank Smith. That didn't mean I was a spy, though, did it?
No, sir.
It's just that I didn't want to get kicked down the steps under my own name.
This fella at the hotel calls himself Gordon. He even talks like a spy to me. Mr. Gordon has got some kind of accent in the middle of his voice, and he don't talk good English.
Well, that don't prove nothing neither, Lightning. After all, when it comes to using the United States language in good grammars, why, it ain't everybody that speak good English like we done do.
Yeah, that's right. And when we does it, we speaks it fluently, too.
Hey, look, fellas, Lightning might be wrong about this whole thing, but at the same time, he might have something there. I don't know.
Yeah, he might have that, you know it. And with a chance of a reward, say, we don't want to let no spies slip through our fingers here. Say, what kind of work do you do at the hotel, Lightning?
Vacuuming and emptying waste baskets and stuff like that. They told me that I was supposed to do everything that's too heavy for a maid to do, but not heavy enough to hire a man for.
Look here, Lightning, listen. The idea done hit me in the head here. When you go up there this afternoon to work around, keep your eyes open and see what you can find out.
Yeah, and look here. When you was vacuuming around there, and this is reporting, Lightning, now listen. When you was vacuuming, work as close to the man as you can so that you don't miss a word he say.
Yes, I'll do that.
And there's an old detective trick that you can use with that vacuuming, too. In case you sees any suspicious papers around there when the man is in the room, all you got to do is kind of sweep them up in the vacuum, and when you gets out in the hall, you empties the bag, and there they is.
Yeah, Lightning, that's right. You might even put the vacuum on the dresser and suck up anything that's laying around there, too.
Well, Paul Lucas, I finally found you.
Come in, Richard. So Warner Brothers have transferred you to their New York office, huh?
That's right. They made me the Eastern representative. Say, Paul, what's the idea of all this secrecy?
You mean registering in this hotel under the name of Gordon?
Yes.
Oh, it's just because my doctor wants me to take complete rest, and so for a few days I'm hiding out here.
Well, tell me, Paul, have you read over the script of your next picture?
Yes, I have, Richard, and to be perfectly frank, I'm not too happy with it.
Hmm?
For one thing, it's a Nazi picture, and I would like a different type of part. Then on top of that, it's the kind of story that would have some comedy in it, but there is none.
What, have you spoken to Jack Warner about all this, Paul?
No, but I have a call in for Hollywood now. I expect to talk to him around 5 o'clock.
I'm sure he'll straighten everything out. Oh, say, before I forget it, my little niece wants an autographed picture of you. I dug up this old one. Would you mind signing this?
Oh, yes, this one in this Nazi uniform.
Yeah.
Just lay it on the desk there. I'll sign it before you go, Richard. I don't have a pen right here. Oh, come in.
Hello, Mr. Gordon.
Not again, please. You have vacuumed the room 5 times today.
Well, I'm just trying to keep the floor from getting dirtied up with suspicious papers. Here's some stuff that I got in the last load. You can have it back. It don't prove nothing.
Thank you. You know, Richard, this hotel has the most amazing type of service I've ever known. They not only sweep your place 5 times a day, but whatever they sweep up, they bring back.
Yes, I can see that.
Now, look here, young fellow.
Yeah.
This time, would you do me the favor of starting in the bedroom? You haven't been in there for a half an hour, and it must be filthy.
Yeah, sir. I'll start vacuuming in the bedroom, Mr. Gordon.
Richard, I have never known such service in my life. The carpets in this hotel can't last a week.
Well, I shouldn't imagine the guests would last that long.
Now, Richard, to go back to my attitude about my career, I feel very strongly about this Nazi business.
Well, I can understand why you're concerned, but I think you're wrong.
Possibly, Richard, yes, but don't you see how it might affect my future? Of course, I realize that the Nazi angle has a tremendous following.
Certainly, that's why there's a lot of money in it.
Well, that's true, but suppose we look at it in another way.
How's that?
Offhand, I would say that the thing to consider is the question of... Young man, turn that off.
Yeah, sir.
And I would appreciate it very much if you would take the vacuum cleaner out from between my legs.
Yeah, sir.
I thought I asked you to start in the bedroom.
Yeah, sir. I sure finished quick, didn't I?
Richard, suppose we go in the other room.
Yeah, it's all right with me.
Me too.
No, you stay here. Come, Richard, this matter is very important to me. We can talk about it inside.
Well, it's worth trying.
Now, you remember when I was making confessions of a Nazi spy?
I remember very well.
Oh, Richard, don't look now, but I think we are being followed. What can I do? Oh, I have it. Let's go in here. This will be our sanctuary. Now, as I was saying, Richard, the important thing in this question is that... Oh, shut that off!
Yeah, sir, yeah.
Since when do you vacuum a tile floor?
So you really think the man is a spy, huh, Lightning?
Yeah, sir. I heard him and another man talking about Nazis and all that stuff. He was even talking about one time when he had to confess because he was a Nazi spy.
Yeah, well, fellas, I think we got something here.
I said, well, this ought to prove it. Look here. Here's a picture of him that I done picked up off his desk.
Oh, yeah. And in a Nazi uniform. Look at there. Fellas, that settles it.
You know, Andy, there'd be a big reward for capturing a big spy like this. Yeah, but we really gotta get the goods on him.
Yeah, well, how you gonna do that?
And I got an idea. Listen, Andy, if we could get up there and talk to this guy and tell him that we is spies too, he might open up and tell us everything.
Yeah, you got something there.
And that's what we're going to do. Look here, we're going up to see Mr. Gordon. And remember, we is 2 of the most desperate spies in the country.
Hello? Jack Warner? Oh, yes, put him on, please. Hello. Hello, Jack. Yes, I am going under the name of Gordon. What? Well, the picture script is all right, Jack, but for one thing, I think that it needs a big comedy situation in the middle someplace. That's right, exactly. Yes. Well, the other thing that bothers me is that I'm not too keen about playing the part of a Nazi. You have me cast there as a saboteur, blowing up bridges and doing many things which... Oh, hold it a minute, Jack. There is somebody knocking. Always when I'm talking long distance.
Mr. Gordon, we'd like to speak to you.
Oh, yes, private if we
Well,
can.
come in. I have an important telephone call in the other room. Excuse me, please. Sit down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, keep your ears open, Andy.
Hello, Jack. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Yes, as I was saying, I don't like the idea of blowing up bridges.
Andy, there's our man.
Yes, I know, Jack, but all of this blowing up bridges and dynamiting railroads and general destruction of property, all of this may hurt my popularity.
Yeah, he's right. That ain't exactly the way to make friends.
Yeah, the boy ain't no sissy, is he?
Well, now that sounds a little better, Jack. What? Ah, yes. I'll speak to you again in a day or two. Well, you are the boss. All right, Jack. Goodbye now.
Now, don't forget, Andy, we got to act like spies.
Yeah.